arriving at docking bay D-24.
Never said any S's, so couldn't listen for it that time. Back to the Normandy. Oh wait, we still have a crap ton more talking to do, actually. We might not get to a mission in this part, or in this recording. Multiple parts, most likely, but it's crazy. Oh, yeah, we got this. He disappeared. There he is. Whoa, he disappeared again. This is one funky dream. The kid's on fire. That's not good. I love how there's like this part. They do the wait to where he wakes up, but there's like a loading screen, so it kind of takes you out of it. Like in a movie, like it would be like instantaneous, but he had to load for the game, and I find that kind of funny. Hey, it's Liara.
Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you all right?
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
There's more to it than that, isn't there? What's really bothering you?
People around me have a tendency to get hurt. Or worse. Ash is just the latest in a long line.
She's a soldier like you. And she's a fighter. If anyone can get better on will alone, it's her.
I hope you're right.
Don't blame yourself, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
Slow down, Specialist Traynor. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I worked in a lab. I never thought I'd be serving on a ship.
Why don't you tell me about the retrofits?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line, quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Traynor has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, Edie.
Wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
Edie's an AI. fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination. You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCon.
Yeah, the ship, it looks... There's a lot of similarities between it and Mass Effect 2, but there's a lot of differences as well.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
We did present them with a lot of unknowns. They're feeling threatened and want immediate solutions, not theories.
Theories are all we've got right now. What's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
What about Earth, sir?
We'll just have to hope Anderson and what's left of the Alliance forces can hold out until we've dealt with the enemy.
I understand.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
Alright, so now let's explore the ship. So you got your little war terminal here. War assets. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets that you've accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets perform in the final battle. So I have a 100% readiness rating, which is nice. So, Alliance, we got Engineering Corps, 103rd Marine Division, 1st Fleet, 3rd Fleet, 5th Fleet. No 2nd and 4th, and with that Diane Adler's 5. You get 5 war assets instead of her. Kind of pointless, actually, now that I think about it. And then you get the Normandy, mineral resources, her, even she's worth more than her, but you don't even have to take her on the ship or anything. You just talk to her. So, there's that. Oh, wait, and then you can go ahead and hit that. Of course, it's offline right now, because I'm not signed in. But yeah, you can look at all the different areas. The theaters of war. So this is, see, this is what doesn't make, like, this is where Morden's lab used to be, right? So I guess it kind of makes sense, but then there's like a wall right here. You know, like there's this thing back here, because remember Joker had to climb down it, but there's a wall right here. But now there's like this thing, and there's like a whole another room, which is, it's hard to wrap my head around that. And then there's supposed to be a door right here. Go to the armory, which of course isn't the armory anymore. Go through this thing, which only takes, like, I think it goes over like once essentially. Yeah. But if you go back through, it takes like 5 times, which is annoying.
Commander, the Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
And you got this guy. I love this guy because all he does, he walks around and you go up to him, hit X, and he salutes you. That's all he does. That's his only purpose, is to walk around saluting you. It's awesome. Your private terminals here the same. You got these things again, but you do not get a trophy for watching them. I wish I looked that up because I watched all 3 of them and didn't get anything for it. Alright, let's look at our email. Special Ops from Stephen Hackett. Hey, it's my name. Shepard, Alliance forces are stretched thin across the galaxy. We need your specific talents for a series of ops. These missions will open doors for the Alliance in places we can't touch through conventional means. Deploy operatives to hold point after you've completed your objectives. I need you to head to a Cerberus lab on the planet Sanctum. I'll brief you when you're inbound. Reinstatement from Stephen Hackett. Commander Shepard, this letter formally acknowledges your reinstatement into the Alliance Navy per Admiral David Anderson's recent verbal communication. Under Emergency War Powers Regulation 903-5, you are hereby authorized to assume command of the Normandy SR-2. You are directed to begin interdiction operations against any and all enemies posing a threat to Earth, its colonies, and its allies. Furthermore, you are granted diplomatic authority to establish treaties with non-human races as required to support your mission. Sincerely, Admiral Stephen Hackett. Emergency flash traffic urgent from Alliance Fleet Operations. Flash X-1A34. All Alliance military personnel. This is a galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1, which is a lot worse than Saber 3, I'll tell you that. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. All Alliance military personnel are directed to evacuate Sol System at first available opportunity. Do not attempt Earth approach. Heavy enemy resistance reported. Repeat, do not attempt Earth approach. Further instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. Earth-based Alliance personnel unable to evacuate are directed to commence any and all necessary countermeasures. All remaining Alliance personnel outside Sol Theater are directed to muster at pre-appointed staging areas and commence offensive combat operations at first available opportunity. In absence of further instruction, independent action is authorized. ANN alerts. It's like CNN. New article, Quarian Fleet from Alliance News Network Information Partners by Ruxius Aurelius. Sounds like a Harry Potter name. ANN contributor. Citadel, where is the Quarian Fleet? The latest intelligence shows that the Reapers are taking system after system at a feverish pace. Members of all races are fleeing their stations, colonies, and in some cases, their homeworlds. This kind of forced exodus might seem especially familiar to the nomadic Quarians who were pushed off their homeworld by the synthetic Geth centuries ago. But as the galaxy pushes back against the Reapers, the Quarians are conspicuously absent. Turian and Alliance spokespeople cannot provide the fleet's current location. They say they have other concerns at the moment. Whatever the Quarians are up to, they want it kept secret from the Council. After a refueling stop at Ilium, the fleet left no stated destination, and there are also reports of a galaxy-wide call for all young adult Quarians to abandon their pilgrimages to rejoin the fleet. Greedy and short-sighted powers will always try to gain the upper hand in times of galactic crisis. We can only hope that whatever the Quarians are planning does not interfere with the only thing that should matter, stopping the Reapers. Read Ruxius Release's regular column, View of the Empire, exclusively on ANN. You have an upgrade waiting from Glyph. Dear Commander Shepard, some of the data you found allowed me to research an upgrade for you. Simply access the terminal in Dr. Tassoni's office at your convenience, and you may choose how and when to implement it. Have a pleasant day, Glyph. It's a lot of reading. So this room, CIC, is all the same. You got your map. It's not Kelly, but someone else. Trainer. The only difference, you got the elevator right there. The only difference is you come around here. So remember, before you come around here, you open a door, and then there's Jacob in there, and there'd be the armory and all those guns and the window and stuff to look at. That's all gone. That's just some crates. That seems odd to me. But whatever. Let's go talk to Trainer.
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. We're all in this together.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
6,000 credits isn't that bad.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
Carry on, Specialist.
So, it's all the same. You got all these people working at their stations. No idea what they're doing. But they're doing something. This guy's still walking around. You can only do it like once per time. They won't salute you anymore. And then here, you got a door. That's kind of different. And then you have this. You can't close the shutters. And you got Joker sitting there as usual. Talk to him. No Edie. No blue orb of talking. And then you come over here, and just like Mass Effect 2, you got this airlock that does absolutely nothing. Come in here, and there's nothing to do. A pointless space. I don't get it. Maybe it's like an inside joke or something. I don't know. And then you come here and talk to Joker.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking? Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
Alright, so now let's look at some of the other decks to see how or if they've changed. So first, the crew deck. So this is largely unchanged. There's a few differences. For instance, Miranda's office is no longer Miranda's office, it is Liara's office, and it looks different. Like, it's like not as big, which doesn't really make sense to me. I don't get how it got smaller. Over here. Because I seem to remember this. Oh yeah, this is one of those doors that takes forever to open. Really annoying. But yeah, I seem to remember it going way off more to the left. Maybe I'm wrong. This is all now Shadow Broker stuff.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Maybe it's just because all this stuff in here makes it look smaller.
Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Meeting with the Council didn't go too well, huh?
It was less than ideal.
ammo capacity, or shield strength. So here's how the upgrades work in this game. Is you get an upgrade and you can choose one of the two things. You don't have to use any resources. I don't even get why they even take the time to put credits, because it's always 0. But whatever. So yeah, I want shields. So now we can talk to Liara.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back.
Oh, man. Alright. It just seems smaller to me. Maybe I'm just crazy, but it does. I'll follow you. Just weird. Now they're turned around. Saw that on a Game Fails video, but I guess it's not really. It's a glitch for everybody. The comments made it look like. Broker terminal. Prothean notes. Shut up. 2171 to 2185. Shut up, Glyph. Alright, Glyph, remind me to clean up these old notes. Perhaps reviewing them will lead to something useful for the Prothean device, Liara. 2171. The University of Ceres agreed to sponsor me at the Prothean dig on Tritirop? Very exciting. Professor Hanel is heading the expedition herself. Maybe I can even ask her for her opinion on my thesis outline. Attachment. Thesis on Prothean First Contact Protocols. 2174. I believe Dr. Joshan was right to suggest that the Prothean artifacts we unearthed are from the Third Age, not the Fourth. What an embarrassing mistake. At least he seemed to approve of the rest of the paper. Attachment. Paper on a comparison of Prothean technology to modern Asari circuit logic. 2183, Part 1. I'm going on the Theorem expedition. I never thought I'd gain permission to visit the Prothean ruins there, but the University of Ceres must have secured the funding after all. Now to pack. Attachment. Paper on the end of the Prothean Empire. 2183, Part 2. Goddess. This human, Shepard, has a key to comprehending the Protheans on an instinctual, subconscious level. If only I could have been there when the commander touched the beacon on Eden Prime. Yeah, I wish I could have been there too. I'll try to learn more about this cipher on board the Normandy. The involvement of the Reapers is troubling, to say the least. Attachment. Paper on the end of the Prothean Empire with correction notes. 2185. I reviewed the old Shadow Broker's footage of the Collectors. It's chilling to know that they're the Protheans' husks. At least, nothing sentient could possibly remain after what the Reapers did to them. Attachment. Paper on Prothean biology. Message from Operative Farron to the broker. I made contact with Tazik yesterday. The look on his face was priceless. He's not happy you put me in charge of scanning the Terminus systems, but he's doing a good job of keeping us alive. I've never seen so many pirates and mercs on edge. The black market's unreliable, and it's getting harder to make contact with suppliers. The Alliance won't be able to rely on it as a source of crucible materials for long, if things get worse. Some of the other operatives think we should cut our losses now, but I keep asking them, when did the odds ever stop the broker? Farron. P.S. I hope you finally got our little friend Droney to stop saying shadow and broker out loud in the same sentence to anyone in sight. Anything else? Yep.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
So is that drone your new secretary?
Glyph is a VI shell that indexes my search functions on the data feeds. I couldn't work without it. Although I'm lucky EDI let Glyph on board after it tried to rewrite her scheduled tasks.
I was merely attempting to standardize the ship's automated systems to our own, Dr. Tassoni.
Yes, that's precisely why you're confined to the cabin.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship? Impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
Did I say that one already?
So where is Farron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
Is that the one I just did?
What's been happening with you as the...
Yeah.
It's been, which meant the...
No, 'cause I forget.
We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.